This is hard work, and it's so stressful that I had to stop throwing parties. Welcome to my kingdom, or welcome back to my kingdom. Thank you for existing. I am KingZoePLUR, talent promoter, artist, and event planner in I keep wanting to say in my city, but it's obvious that whatever. Anyway, today we're going to be making candy. Again, I made another candy video yesterday about how you can turn pretty much anything into a candy bead. I also have an entire playlist full of candy tutorials and videos like this, Candy Corners, where we just sit and talk and I kind of update y'all on what's going on in my life while making some candy. Pretty great, because I have a festival coming up and I have a lot of problems to talk about. Hey, listen, we might share the same issues, so and we can talk about it and like trauma bond in the comments or something. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is about to be a rough one. Trigger warning as follows. So yeah, spiritual awakenings hurt. There's so many hippies out there and just like really inspiring posts and accounts that'll talk about spiritual awakenings like they're the most beautiful thing in the world, and like, yeah, beautiful things come out of it. A lot of beautiful things definitely come from a spiritual awakening, but it hurts along the way. Like, getting there really does freaking hurt. I've been working a lot on setting boundaries and just sticking up for myself in general. Let me know if y'all are doing something similar. I feel like there's a lot of people out here who are struggling with the same thing. People that you think are the closest to you ever will completely switch up. People in your life that you think are supporting you the most will switch up on you entirely once you start asserting your boundaries. And it's so weird because I was talking with my therapist about it, and like, listen, everything has changed for me. I'm calling it a spiritual awakening because it feels like that. It feels like my inner spirit that has been under all of this trauma has just been released. But just through all of this, so many bad things have happened. I had to like get a new therapist. I had to like figure out who my friends were. I mean, listen, it's good that I got a new therapist because I literally had been seeing the same therapist since I was like 12 years old. That's like 12 years of seeing the same therapist. Basically, my entire friend group imploded. Everybody started talking shit on me, and I didn't even know until months later. Y'all, do you know how much it hurts your business when people talk shit? Like, yeah, I sold some stuff on OnlyFans or whatever, but after a while, like, people start actually blocking you. Like, whenever you hear online that somebody's aunt's baby mama, that doesn't even make any sense. You know what I mean? And you start like stalking them, and then you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna block you because you look weird. I feel like people were doing that to me because I had no idea, and I wasn't defending myself. Like, I had no idea people were talking shit on me. My old friends at that. So it looks like people who really know me are spitting facts when really they're just, I don't know what they are because I'm not them. All I know is the second I stuck up for myself, shit went south. Not a kangaroo. This is a dinosaur. If you know, you know. Yeah, it was really an eye-opening experience because I just lost my best friend to suicide, and our friendship, this whole situation, and I'm sure you guys understand this. If you know, you know, especially if you're in the rave scene. Let me know if you've dealt with something like this before, because I felt like I was crazy. Like, I felt like a famous person, and this was during all the Hailey Bieber, Selena stuff. I don't really know what's going on with that. I definitely listen to Drama T-Spill channels, don't get me wrong, but I have no idea. But you know how people don't know who these people are, and they're just talking shit? That's what it was. It was craziness. There are people in different parts of the freaking Americas, and they're over here worrying about who I'm friends with and telling me that like my friend deserved to die and stuff. It was horrible. Like, it was bad. And then, you know, I'm just trying to get some space, and I literally this might end up turning into a story time, because like, if you guys want a whole story time about this entire situation, let me know, because it's really traumatizing and everything that went down. And I realized that I haven't really spoke my piece, like, ever. My old friends treated me like I was literally just hallucinating the entire scenario. Like, they literally told me that I hallucinated them, like, being mean to me. I don't really know what that means, because like, I tried to confront them, because we've been friends for like 3 years or something, all of us. It was like my close friend group, a core part of my friend group. Like, I still got friends, don't get me wrong. For like about 6 months, I didn't think I did, because I was so like unsure of like what was going on, and I wasn't speaking to anybody really, because I was scared, and I was grieving my friend's death while also grieving the loss of all my other friends. Basically, I went to message them, and I was like, y'all, why are you talking shit on me? Like, I thought we were friends. Like, here's all the stuff X, Y, and Z that happened that I don't like that you and everybody else in the group did. Can we like talk about this? And like, try to see if it was my fault because I wasn't in therapy at the time. Like, am I crazy right now? I probably shouldn't have told them that I wasn't in therapy at that moment. And that's what my current therapist said, because then they turned it on me and said that I was actually hallucinating all of them treating me like shit. And like, I just don't understand how that makes any sense. It was really super weird, and they've never talked to me like that before, or like been really mean to me that I noticed or anything. Looking back on the friendship, it seemed very like transactional and stuff like that. Sometimes people would like from the friend group would ask me for money, or ask me to ask my family for money so that they could get gas money to go to parties that I wasn't even going to. Like, it was really weird. That's just one example. Like, if I was really hype about something, they would just talk shit on it as much as they could. It was just exhausting. And I'm glad I got a new therapist, because I was so scared to get a new therapist. Like I said, I had been seeing the same person since I was literally 12. If you feel something in your soul that you need to go do something, please do it, because this is what this is like. I was for so long struggling. I was struggling at the fact that I didn't really have the best friendships, and maybe my friends liked drugs more than they liked me. You know, that's a hard one to accept. Hell, I've had a problem with alcohol for a while, so I understand, not fully, but to the extent that I can understand from my perspective and from my point of view. You know, it's not easy. People change, but also for somebody, from the flip side, for somebody like me who has had an alcohol problem and who is getting better and is in recovery. Like, I don't drink all the time, and I only drink socially, which is a huge improvement for me. Like, I don't just drink at home. It's a big improvement for me, and it means a lot for me to be around people who don't value drugs more than like art, life, music. It's not saying anything about people who happen to be addicted to drugs or alcohol or anything. It's just that as somebody who is mentally unstable like me, and somebody who is choosing to abstain from those things, it was really, really, really hard to hang out with people who are constantly doing the things I had problems with, because I had problems with other things. I think that a lot of us in the scene, in the rave scene, in the music scene, in the party scene, in college, whatever, we all get exposed to these things, and we don't realize how often we're using them and that it is a problem. Because you're not doing shady stuff for it doesn't mean that you don't maybe have a problem. And I think we all need to realize that safe consumption is really, really important in the rave scene, and we can't just be like willy-nilly doing stuff. I needed to realize that I don't have the best friends. And if you go back and watch like another Candy Corner, I don't know which one it was, but I mentioned like a while ago in a Candy Corner last year that I had really good friends and that they were recovering from all these things. And while all that may be true, we were all struggling to recover together, and it was like really bad. It feels so weird sitting in this seat and saying that, knowing that I said something completely different last year. That's why I love these videos, because like, I've been making videos for a very long time. There's probably about 300 videos of me that are deleted or private on my account. I have a lot of them that I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I had like an episode when I was a kid. I was like so freaking, I was embarrassed that I made YouTube videos, and I had a freaking meltdown, and I ended up deleting like hundreds of videos, maybe 200, I don't know. It was a lot of work, that I deleted, and I really to this day wish I didn't, because I couldn't even tell you what I did delete because I was going through such a moment at the time. I did this completely backwards. It's crazy to look back on everything and how much it's changed and how much I've changed and how much I honestly haven't changed though. Like, don't we realize that we fall into the same patterns all the time? And even if we like grow older and more mature and wiser and all that shit, there's some core things about ourselves that we can just never get rid of. You know, like some parts of our personality that we just can never get rid of. And that's like, that's the beautiful part about life and everything, and why it's really cool to enjoy just people. Oh my God, I love people. Thank you for existing, seriously. We did not choose to be on this earth, but we are. And it's really great that you're here and watching, and that you're listening, and that you're alive. Thank you. So yeah, what you been up to? You've been kind of quiet this whole time. Okay, so this is the first one that I made. It's kind of messed up. I'm gonna have to I really have to even it out because it's like really tight on the one end and not on the other. I told y'all I was gonna make it into something for June Jam. So yeah, finally launching a new website soon. I'm so excited because I used to sell stuff on like Depop and everything, and it's just like Depop and Etsy are so dead right now. I was in denial. All right, if you know, you know. Let me know. Have you ever used Depop or Etsy before? Let me know. Back in the day, I used to like actually trade clothes on Depop, and now it's just a ghost town. It's just nothing. I know some people still have some success on there, but for the most part, it's been kind of dead, and it's really sad because for the longest time, it was like the shit. Remember whenever YouTubers were selling their clothes and like famous people were selling their clothes, even though it was kind of a thing that the clothes that the YouTubers and that the famous people were selling were things that they literally either never wore before in their life, or maybe wore once, or like probably was left at their house. Like the DJ's girlfriend's aunt's baby mama left it there. You know what I'm saying? Do any of y'all out there sell art? Just ever sell anything online in general? Because let me tell you, it really sucks to be trying to appreciate the things that you do and putting all this work, like literal work, into taking inventory photos, making the art, going to events, making yourself like business cards, filling out orders, ordering yourself stock, dealing with the postal service. If you know, you know. Somebody just watched the Unabomber documentary on Netflix because I'm not freaking sending out weapons of mass destruction via my Hello Kitty freaking tote bag. And then bitches expect you to promote yourself on top of that? Listen, I know I'm a promoter, but this is hard work. And it's so stressful that I had to stop throwing parties for the next couple months. Gotcha. No, just kidding. I am like done though, like for a little bit, like for real. I'm taking a break on throwing parties. I have literally no brain power left for it, and I'm very glad that I made the decision before Pride Picnic. Normally, I would be throwing Pride Picnic around June 10th, but my friends, Lilith, the band, they are awesome, freaking great. They were in a Fall Days vlog. I'll link these below, or you could just check out my festival playlist. It's in there. They are organizing a Pride Fest called Loud and Proud, and it's an all-day festival thing. There's a bunch of local queer bands and artists. They were actually kind enough to ask me to vend, so I'm really excited. I'll be vending that on June 10th. Like, I wanted to throw a Pride Fest this year so bad because it would have been the 5th Pride Picnic, and I just thought number 5, like, that's a big number. We should do something big for it. And I just, after losing my best friend, my whole friend group, like literally earthquake shattering explosion to the point where it's nuclear apocalyptic, I don't even like going out to parties in my city anymore because I'm kind of like, magic was there for me in Rochester. I need that again. I need to be exploring different areas right now. It's going to be really, really nice to broaden my art horizons and vending horizons and expand my career as an artist and be able to vend more events in the upcoming months because it is festival season. I'm still in the promoter seen, and I can still see what people are planning and stuff, and it seems like a lot of outdoor things are coming for my city this summer. So I'm really, really excited for that, because all in all, that was going to be my plan, was to do more outdoor stuff. So as somebody who's 24 years old, started throwing parties when they were 19, I literally started throwing parties at bars before I could get into bars, just because I don't know why, because I wasn't even in college to be promoting to people, nor did I live close enough to the city. At the beginning of it, people, I think, were really confused at who I was, and when you're new in the area, people just really want to know who you are and what you're about. But after a while, when people starting Facebook wars about you online, it gets to the point where people don't want to fuck with you anymore. So that's why I just have been struggling to sell my freaking art and stuff. I hate doing stuff based off an algorithm. If you know, you know. If you sell art, do you hate it too? Probably. We all freaking do. It makes us feel like our stuff isn't as good as it's supposed to be whenever we spent hours and hours and hours making stuff, planning stuff, just for something to get like 3 views for a reel. And bitches are telling me that reels get views? No, I will not make a TikTok. I already have like 15 fucking social media accounts. Sorry, I'm getting... I hate the algorithm. My friends are... somewhere. I know they're there, but I just gotta find them. My eyelashes have been bothering me. I really want to get eyelash extensions, but every single time people get eyelash extensions and post after pictures, their eyes are so red, it looks like they just smoked 10 zillion fucking joints with Snoop Dogg and Betty Crocker. Is that her name? Martha Stewart! Okay. It's Martha Stewart. I mean, these two. This reminds me of the Flapjack flyer. If you know, you know. My new website launches on April 25th, KingZoePLUR.com. I'll have these for sale for probably a limited time, so I would hop on over there. These are double wall stainless steel hydro flasks. They're good for hot and cold, and they keep things cold or hot for like 6 hours. Better than a Yeti because they have this on them. Bucket hat, dad hat. It's pretty normal to be a parent. But to be a cool parent that wants to know where the after party's at? Hell yeah. Just make sure your kid has a babysitter until fucking 8 in the fucking morning, dude. A link in the description. Thanks for watching. I love you. Just remember that anybody can be amazing if they just be themselves. Make sure to treat yourself with kindness every single day. Do one thing every single day that you think the you that you want to be would do. Find whatever it is that will bring you closer to your goals, and just try to do one thing, just one step. That's all it takes to open your eyes to positivity, like one step towards doing what you want to do to get inspired to do the next one. And that's how I have literally survived my entire life. So some advice to you, just love yourself, even the embarrassing, weird parts. I love you. Goodbye.